It is now an honor to call upon the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, His Excellency, Mr. Julius Maada. Join us in warmly welcoming the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone to the stage to address our gathering.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First, I bring you warm greetings from the government and people of Sierra Leone. And I want to thank the government and people of Ethiopia, UNIDO, and the African Union Commission for organizing this remarkable gathering dedicated to building a world without hunger. This noble pursuit is a task for government, not only for governments or international bodies, as has already been alluded to, but a collective mission that urgently requires all of humanity's commitment, collaboration, and support, and that is why we are all here. Sierra Leone, my country, joins this critical mission with great determination and shared purpose. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the state of food insecurity in Africa and the world at large is alarming. The World Food Programme estimates that about 21% of Africa's population is threatened by moderate to severe hunger. In Sierra Leone, we understand firsthand the devastating impacts of hunger and malnutrition, with severe food insecurity affecting over 18% of our population. Food insecurity impacts every dimension of our lives, from a child's growth and development to their ability to learn and succeed in education, and ultimately their future opportunities. Addressing these challenges is not just a priority for my government, but a fundamental necessity for our nation's progress. In Sierra Leone, our flagship Feed Saloon program is our roadmap to boosting agricultural productivity, building resilient food systems, and achieving food security. The initiative directly taps into our immense agricultural potential, youthful population, and favorable climate, leveraging modern technologies to enhance productivity. Through strong collaboration with the private sector, development partners, our approach focuses on targeted policies that boost farm-level productivity while creating opportunities for innovation and private sector investments. Some of our successful strategies to drive sustainable growth in Sierra Leone are: 1, adopting a whole-of-government approach that is bringing together all relevant ministers and ministries to address food systems bottlenecks. 2, implementing targeted policies to reduce food imports and make the sector more competitive for our farmers. 3, promoting Sierra Leone as a viable agro-investment destination, forging strategic relationships and mobilizing over $1 billion in resources to develop our rice agro-industrial cluster to achieve rice self-sufficiency. Additionally, our school feeding program has proven to be an essential intervention in addressing hunger and malnutrition among school children. This program has significantly increased school attendance and retention and enhanced academic performance by ensuring that over 500,000 students have access to nutritious meals during academic year. We are also investing in research to develop the best yielding, climate-resilient crop varieties for our diverse ecologies, especially by capacitating the Sierra Leone Agricultural Research Institute. Furthermore, our government is developing the country's first ever biometric national farmers registry to allocate resources more efficiently and make more informed policy decisions that will benefit our farmers. Lastly, our Feed Salon program strongly emphasizes empowering women who represent more than 70% of the agricultural labor force, from cultivation to processing and marketing. We do this by creating economic opportunities for our women and by enhancing local processing along the value chain. This commitment to gender equality and empowerment is a cornerstone of our effort to achieve food security in Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is clear that solving the complex problem of hunger and malnutrition requires global collaboration, as has already been alluded to. While taking proactive steps at the national level, we are equally leveraging global strategic partnerships. At COP28, Sierra Leone, Brazil, Norway, Rwanda, and Cambodia launched the Alliance of Champions for Food Systems Transformation, a new strategic coalition of ambitious countries determined to act urgently together. This initiative makes acting on food systems a political priority. Members commit to delivering universal access to affordable, nutritious, sustainable diets, aiming to accelerate major progress this decade. Your Excellencies, as we know, Africa's population is growing and is projected to rise to about 2.4 billion by 2050, and 2 in every 5 children in the world will be born in Africa. This underscores the pressing need for us to work together urgently to find sustainable solutions to the continent's raging food insecurity. We stand at a critical juncture, and our collective actions as governments, international organizations, academia, civil society, and the private sector will determine the future of food security and sovereignty in Africa and the world at large. The fact that more than 800 million people remain hungry highlights the significant challenge we face in meeting Sustainable Development Goal of zero hunger by 2030. While achieving a zero hunger world is undeniably an uphill task, it is not impossible. It is important to know that not all is gloom, as Ethiopia's success in achieving wheat sufficiency offers a beacon of hope and optimism. Ethiopia's ability to achieve wheat self-sufficiency through targeted technological interventions, institutional strengthening, and a supportive policy environment is a great example of what can be achieved when a confluence of strategic actions occur together. With visionary leadership and strong political will, we can harness Africa's vast arable lands and its demographic dividends to achieve our food security goals and create lasting transformation so that no child goes to bed hungry. It is in the interest of the world that Africa unlocks its agricultural potential. As leaders, we must pledge today to use all our political capital to transform food systems, collectively intensify our efforts to achieve SDG 2, and bring our continent closer to a world free of hunger. I call on all stakeholders to adopt a comprehensive approach to addressing hunger and food insecurity in Africa and implement sustainable solutions that will have a lasting impact on bringing the world closer to achieving food security for all. I look forward to our collective efforts in creating a world without hunger for our current and future generations. Thank you for your attention.
We thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mr. Julius Maada, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, who spoke on behalf of the people and government of Sierra Leone. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so very much once again, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, we're highly honored and graced with the presence of heads of state and government as we wrap up the World Without Hunger Conference on the third day. Now, Excellencies, for me to invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Mr. William Samoei Ruto. Do you give him a big round of welcome?
Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. And I bring you warm fraternal greetings from the government and people of Kenya, as I thank my dear brother, His Excellency Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali, the Prime Minister of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia, for his kind invitation and warm welcome to this beautiful country. I am privileged to have this opportunity of addressing the World Without Hunger Conference here in Addis and contribute to a global effort to address one of humanity's urgent challenge. In a world of growing inequality, widespread poverty, conflict and climate disruption, the urgency of ending hunger for food and ensuring food security for all of our rapidly growing populations has never been greater and has never been much more urgent. Global hunger statistics are, unfortunately, a stark reality experienced on a daily basis by millions of people worldwide. To make matters worse, the tragedy of hunger is not just a matter of missed nourishment. Hunger impairs health, undermines productivity, extinguishes many opportunities, steals the futures of many, and breaks the promise of freedom and well-being that defines us as humanity. This gathering is important because it mobilizes us to reflect about the state of our shared responsibility and commitment to guaranteeing universal access to safe, sufficient, and nutritious food. The 2024 State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World Report states that in 2023, last year, 730 million people in the world faced hunger. In Africa, the situation was even more grave, with 1 in every 5 Africans affected. The report further revealed that over 2.8 billion people globally cannot afford a healthy diet. And the severity of hunger is classified as alarming in many countries, including Burundi, Chad, Madagascar, Somalia, South Sudan, and Yemen. Let us bear in mind that beyond food insecurity, hunger represents a condition of profound poverty of well-being, health, as well as freedom, opportunity, and dignity. It is time to attend to the need to maximize the potential of our agricultural and food systems to feed the world's population as a matter of urgency. One fact stands out on the scope of work that must be undertaken. 1/3 of all food produced for humanity's consumption is lost or wasted, particularly at the post-harvest phase. And this is due to insufficient infrastructure, technology, and local capacity. This loss translates to about 1.3 billion tons annually and costs the world about $1 trillion and represents a significant component of our total food deficit. The stark condition of the global food security situation demonstrates that we are considerably off track and, without a radical strategic turnaround, are unlikely to meet the second sustainable development goal, that is zero hunger. The only way out of this tragic failure requires us to undertake bold and ambitious collective actions in tackling the root causes of hunger. We must develop agricultural communities and systems that meet the unique needs of our diverse requirements. We must invest aggressively to expand sustainable production in all value chains that constitute our food systems and prioritize strategies aimed at building resilient food systems. Additionally, by investing in agricultural education, we will be able to equip farmers with skills they need and competencies they require to be efficient, innovative, and adaptive. This is especially so in confronting climate change, which constitutes a significant threat to food security because erratic weather fluctuations disrupt food production. It is time to get ahead of the climate risk to food and nutrition by mobilizing and deploying adequate resources to embark on unified climate action and exploit the positive link between climate resilience and food security. In Kenya, agriculture remains a vital foundation of our economic growth and development. The sector contributes all the way to 30% to our GDP, accounts for 7% of our manufacturing, and contributes about 80% of employment of rural populations. The National Long-Term Economic Development Blueprint, our Vision 2030, recognizes the significant enhancement of agricultural productivity and agro-based industrialization to be critical drivers of sustainable growth. The work of actualizing this ambition is underway through initiatives that support farmers to access high quality and appropriate inputs. We have been able to increase productivity for 2 successive years. Just in the last 2 years, we have registered about 5.6 million farmers. And through an e-voucher system, we are distributing fertilizer, making it much more transparent, much more efficient, and much more targeted. And we have seen results. of making sure that farmers have access to the correct inputs and correct seeds and appropriate quantities of fertilizers. Further, crops and livestock insurance programs are showing promising results by enabling farmers to stay productive in the face of risk and uncertainty, especially on matters climate. Additionally, the government doubled investment in our homegrown school feeding program to US $30 million in 2023, enhancing its capacity to provide school meals and keep vulnerable children in school, and at the same time support local food systems in the communities around our schools. It is now well known globally. Kenya continues to champion radical reforms to the institutional architecture of the global financial system in order to promote fairness and inclusivity, both in representation and decision-making, as well as in providing resources that can be sustainably invested to address Africa's unique challenges. The flagship outcome of the inaugural Africa Climate Summit and the Nairobi Declaration called for international support in addressing the links between low climate resilience and our country's sovereign debt burden, and the need for a global financial system that empowers economies to pursue inclusive economic transformation and climate action simultaneously. It is encouraging that we have gathered here to affirm our recognition that the fight against hunger demands committed collective action on an ambitious scale. This is important and indeed a historic consensus, but only the first step on the road to a world without hunger. Our journey will require boldness and collaboration, and that's why I commend international organizations like UNIDO and FAO for their instrumental roles in fostering sustainable food systems and in promoting greater awareness among different stakeholders. It is time for us to deploy the power of our partnerships beyond policymaking to securing substantial commitment in pursuit of tangible actions, like we have seen in Ethiopia. It hasn't happened by chance. It is deliberate, it is intentional, it is well thought out. Expanding irrigation systems to support our agricultural productivity, especially in the context of unpredictable weather. Making sure that there is adequate water storage in dams, in ponds, and in other systems. Ensuring that there is adequate infrastructure to support post-harvest management of produce. Ensuring that there is adequate and appropriate infrastructure to support agro-processing and value addition, not only enhances and increases returns to farmers, but also reduces post-harvest losses, as I have stated earlier. On our idealistic aspiration, it must be anchored on clearly defined, measurable goals and complemented by a determination to track the progress of implementation in order to usher all our brothers and sisters and children to a world where no one goes hungry. Kenya stands ready in full support of this noble global mission. And I want to thank Prime Minister Abiy for convening us so that we can address ourselves to this very important subject, and also to thank the African Union for being a partner to this very important endeavor as we seek, as a continent, to provide solutions for the challenges that face our continent, because indeed we can. And a world without hunger is surely possible. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you so very much, Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, for those inspiring messages of encouragement.
Thank you as well, Your Excellency, extending a warm greetings from the fraternal people and the government of the Republic of Kenya. We thank you very much, Your Excellency.